For several years now, I've listened to my fellow goats rave about their ASV clutch levers. They'll tell me how comfortable they are, how they make the clutch pull so much lighter, how they're nearly indestructible, and on and on and on. All I could think was, how much of a difference can a lever and perch really make? I mean, it's not as though they use adjustable linkage like the Moose Easy Pull, or stored energy through some magical cams like Clake's One Light Clutch. At the end of the day, ASV is just another simple mechanical perch and lever, no different on the surface than any other clutch and perch. At least that's what I thought. And when I found out how much they cost, I was convinced the goats lost their collective minds. Especially when you consider a cheap lever and perch costs less than $20. Well, I eventually gave in to goat pressure and slapped one on blue steel. And after a few months tickling it with my trigger finger, I have to admit, there's an ever so slight possibility I may have missed the boat on this one. If you follow me on YouTube, you've probably heard me complain about hand cramps, thanks to arthritis.
Did those videos on hand cramps and I wasn't an arm pump and I wasn't following my own advice. Been eating donuts all goddamn week. Tell you, man, sugar, no bueno.
I even put out a couple videos covering all the various alterations I made to my riding, my gear, and my lifestyle in order to gain some comfort on the trail. At the time those videos aired, I was still running my stock clutch lever and perch. I just didn't see how replacing a lever that's only function is to pull a cable with some fancy aftermarket lever could really make any difference at all. But enough positive talk from riders whose opinions I respect got me to finally pull the trigger on one. First off, installation was a breeze, though it's worth noting, if your bike has a neutral switch position sensor, you'll need to disable it in order to use an ASV clutch. My 2016 YZ250FX had one such sensor, which required you to pull in the clutch in order to start the bike. Naturally, I had already disabled that ridiculous safety feature long before installing the ASV. Most of ASV's marketing centers around the fact their levers are indestructible. This is due to the addition of a rotator clamp for vertical and horizontal rotation. Basically, if you throw your bike in the dirt as often as I do, these levers should extend up, down, or out instead of braking. Although this certainly helps prolong the life of an unprotected lever, I, unfortunately, did not find the levers to quite be indestructible. Steve, for example, has gone through 2 ASV clutch levers in 2 years.
God damn.
To be fair, though, compare that to Mouse, who runs stock levers and has gone through about 20.
Loop.
I'd say it's a big improvement. Luckily, these ASV levers comes with a 4-year, no questions asked warranty. So if you do manage to break one, you won't be stuck forking over a small fortune to replace it. Now, we ride year-round here in the Pacific Northwest in some of the slimiest, sloppiest conditions known to man.
Come here! Asshole!
There isn't a whole lot of fast, flowy days out on the trail, so clutch control is a must. To that end, I'm happily surprised to report this clutch somehow lightened my lever pull. Not just a little, but a lot.
It is just butter. I don't know how they did that.
Now, I can't promise your results will be as noticeable as mine. Perhaps my stock clutch lever was under garbage and had some rust resulting in additional friction. But nonetheless, easier clutch pull was what I found with the ASV setup. In doing some research, all I could find to account for this was the manufacturer's claims surrounding the quality of their machining and components. Apparently, there is also something to be said for the overall design of the lever, the fulcrum point, sealed pivot bearings, and the exactness to which the perch and lever were designed, which reduces friction and results in an easier pull. But whatever magic is at work here, I'm happy it's working, and I'll continue to slap ASV levers on my bikes as long as the results stay consistent. But there's more to these levers than easy pull. They're without a doubt more ergonomical than my stock aluminum lever, not to mention adjustments can be performed on the fly even while riding, something that is surely a must for racers. I've heard of some racers who will adjust their ASV levers while in the air off a big tabletop. They're that easy to adjust. Now, I didn't test that theory, but as you can see here, yeah, adjustments are pretty damn simple. This sport can be very expensive, especially if you like to slap on all the latest bling. So at the end of the day, you need to balance comfort with affordability. Now, on the comfort side, ASV hits it out of the park. Easier pull, better clutch control, ergonomical lever placement, and on-the-fly adjustments sets the bar pretty high. On the affordability side, though, I'd say they're a little on the pricey side, even when taking into account how durable they are. A pair of bark busters will likely ensure you rarely, if ever, break a cheap lever, though if you're someone who hates bark busters and you do go down a lot, you might as well spring for the ASV setup if for no other reason than their outstanding warranty. Again, looking at how many $20 levers Mouse has gone through in the past 2 years, he could have bought both an ASV clutch and brake lever for the same price. For me, I'm thinking I may just invest in an ASV brake lever to go along with my clutch. These are great levers.